After losing 7 straight games, the Indiana Hoosiers were in danger of having their season slip away from them. But they turned things around in the most unlikely of places. IU traveled to 6th-ranked Michigan State this weekend, and despite losing senior star Juwan Morgan in the first half, the young Hoosiers put together one of their best efforts of the year. Freshman Romeo Langford led the Hoosiers with 19 points, and Indiana survived overtime to knock off the Spartans 79-75. At Chesapeake Energy, OKC celebrated not one, but 2 records Monday night. Both with triple-doubles, Paul George and Russell Westbrook's performances overshadowed a 120-111 win over the Portland Trail Blazers. PG had a 47-point triple-double, continuing his MVP hopeful season. With an assist to George, Russ claimed his record-breaking evening, surpassing Wilt Chamberlain with 10 consecutive triple-doubles. Both players' stats made them the 10th set of teammates in NBA history to accomplish this feat in one game. This is the second time this season. The Tennessee Vols spent a month as the #1 team in the nation back in January. But this is March. The Vols had a bit of a struggle in their first NCAA tournament game, beating 15th-seeded Colgate by just 7 points. They would take on the Iowa Hawkeyes today for a chance to go to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2014.
So let's say, assuming Romeo Langford is out and he's entering the NBA draft, do you think this time without Romeo is good for the young Hoosiers that are coming back next year?
I definitely believe that with Romeo being out, they've kind of relied on him throughout the year, but due to his back injury, day to day with his updates, I definitely believe that it is allowing Hoosiers such as Rob Finney and Justin Smith to get their feet in Archie Miller's game and establish themselves as Hoosiers. Devontae Green had a wonderful game this weekend. Rob Finney had a wonderful game. Juwan Morgan, unfortunately, he's going to be graduating this upcoming spring. So definitely just getting to see how the team works without those 2 main players. Deron Davis had a wonderful position as the 6th man, I believe, coming in when needed to help battle Arkansas size. So I definitely think that the Hoosiers who will be remaining in Bloomington will have a better handle on how they'll be next year. All right, and finally, I want to talk about Trae Young. He's averaging 19 points, 8 assists a game. Do you feel that he's the Rookie of the Year? And if so, what qualifications does he have over such players as Doncic and Ayton, who have also been in contention for this award all season?
I have believed he will be the Rookie of the Year all season.
Welcome back to For the Finals. I'm your host, Kendall Bowers. I have Sam Niederman here and Colton Bennett as well. And, it was just a very interesting weekend. The Boston Celtics, they swept the Pacers in 4, 6th time only that they've done it in their franchise history. Golden State has a 3-1 lead over the Clippers like they like to do, up 3-1. Hopefully, like Joel Embiid said, hopefully they don't blow it. But today I would like to talk about how Russell Westbrook last night after the game in Portland, how he wasn't, necessarily conducting himself as typical with the media. He wasn't answering questions, especially when they came up with Damian Lillard. And in today's buddy-buddy era of basketball, where you have friendships between LeBron and Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul and LeBron, whoever, wherever, it's just more fraternized, more so than in the 80s and 90s when there was actual beef. But you have Dame and Russ, and gentlemen, what's your opinion about no longer being buddy, what is your opinion of the buddy-buddy state, and do you want it to kind of drift away from that?
I think we're kind of drifting away from it, Kendall.
Well, Ben, I want to thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
No, thank you. NBA regular season play ends April 10th with playoffs beginning April 13th. Stay tuned to IU Sports Media for all NBA and other sports updates. With Ben Steiner, I'm Kendall Bowers.